Doing all right, how are you?
You're doing well.
What happened to 8 o'clock?
Let's just say I got caught up in a few things.
What, break?
Okay, so how are you doing?
You get caught up in Corey?
I did what?
I said you got caught up in Corey?
I don't want to say we had a little spat, but we might have had a little spat. But
Yes, both.
say again?
What do you have spat about?
Just logistics of. It was just. Do you want me to relive it, or do you want me to talk to you?
Talk to me.
Wait, you cut out. Say again?
Talk to me.
Okay, so what was your text message the other night? You sent me a text message at like 3 a.m., like denouncing me.
Was it 3 a.m.?
It was 3:06 a.m., so I was off by 6 minutes. Are you sleeping?
I'm in bed, but I usually get up around 1:30. Except when my man wakes me up and on. I've been up since 1:30, and just the more I thought about it, the more I came to a decision. So what happened with you, Emma?
Wait, you're cutting out really bad.
So what happened with you and Emma?
What happened with me and Emma when?
With you and Emma and Corey, what happened with you?
Wait, are you talking about what happened with Corey and I tonight?
No, talking about whatever Emma did.
We already discussed that.
You didn't tell me what she did.
I did. I told you that she basically convinced him that you and I were, or me and someone, he doesn't know it's you, he doesn't know the whole history around you, or having this internet affair and online flirting. And it was really disgusting, some of the things that she did.
So Corey didn't know anything about me at all.
Well, he certainly found out.
So what do you have to say?
I mean, he was just like, it was just not a pleasant situation for me.
Anyway, that has anything to do with it, does not get put in a pleasant situation.
Well, it's her fault that this has happened because, I did not want any of this to come out like this. And why are you bringing her up if you don't want anything to do with her? I don't think about her anymore.
What happened?
What?
I was wondering what happened.
Well, yeah, I told you what happened, but to me, there's no reason to discuss her.
No, there's no reason to discuss it. I was wondering what happened. That's later.
But I had already told you. Lorne, you're cutting out really bad.
Is this better?
I don't know yet.
You're not recording me, are you?
No, I'm not recording you.
Right, because that shit was pretty pathetic.
I'm not recording you. You could call Maria right now. This is not online or anything like that.
Whatever possessed you to do that before?
Lorne, I thought we moved past that. I was messed up at the time.
So you took it out on me?
No, I wasn't trying to take it out on anybody. But you know how stressful this all is for me. Put yourself in my shoes.
Really?
Put your feet in my shoes.
Put myself in your shoes.
What about?
When I was the one being fucked with. And being put online. You put yourself in my shoes?
Yeah, and I mean, I feel, I feel really bad for everything that happened, and that, and everything that Dateline did to you. I mean, I feel bad that I put you on the internet those 2 times, but I mean, and I feel equally as bad, or even more bad, that Dateline did what they did. I just feel bad about the whole thing. I was messed up with my pain meds and my knee stress.
Yeah, but you did it for 10 months.
No, I did not.
You did.
I did not do that for 10 months. I did that for like 2 months. 90% of what we talked about, in fact, 99% of what we talked about was not on the internet ever.
How long did you know Emma? Right from the start. You knew Emma right from the start.
I have gone months and months and months without talking to her.
Yeah, but I've been told that the whole thing happened right from the start.
Okay, you know what? Let me say this, okay? You know that when you went online and you saw whatever talks that you saw, you know that 99.9% of them were not online, nor was your literal asshole picture. Nor any of your nudity. And like I said, she begged me for them. So you've got to give me credit where credit is due.
So what's up with you and Corey?
Oh, we're back to this. They're arguing because the apartment needs to be cleaned. I said we were arguing because the apartment needs to be cleaned.
So what's up with you and Corey overall?
What do you mean what's up with me and Corey?
You said that the other night that you and him were off and on, and because of what Emma did.
And that's still there. I told you, we're on a break. We're kind of living as roommates.
You're living a what?
We're living as roommates, basically. Let's just say things are different between me and Corey since your little friend got involved.
My little friend, your friend.
No, she's no friend of mine, okay? Because a friend would not have done that. All because I wouldn't send her your dick pics? What the hell?
You're the one that said that you wouldn't mind having her as a best friend.
Okay, but seriously, she's asked me for your dick pics. Why?
Why do you think?
Why is she so obsessed with you?
I don't know. Why would you help her along after I told you all about her?
I was messed up at the time, and at that time, I still thought that there was some semblance of a chance that you guys could be friends again.
After I told you numerous times, no.
It was weird because you kept, I mean, you just kept, like, you guys would just keep drawing yourselves to each other. It was really confusing for me.
No, we're drawing ourselves to each other. I was so disappointed in her and disgusted. It was unbelievable. She kept drawing herself to me.
Well, you know what? You heard me tell her exactly what I think. You heard me tell her exactly how I feel. You heard me tell her exactly what I think about what she did to you. And now that she's come into the money that she came into, I am hoping that she honors her promise and gives some of it to some kind of charitable organization.
She ain't gonna do that.
She should at least do as you had suggested and give some to the Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
She ain't gonna do that. She's warped.
But how was I to know this?
Because I told you, and I haven't lied to you about anything.
And you've never had to learn a lesson the hard way?
Yeah, I've learned a few of them the hard way.
And this is a lesson that I had to learn the hard way. So now here we are. Here we are. We're here. This is the point. This is the position that we're in. This is the position we're in right now.
What position is that?
The position where I learned that the hard way, and she needs to just go and donate to St. Jude's or something. And, you know, I've issued an apology in terms of, you know, you.
So have you decided if you want to meet me in person?
I was looking at my calendar, and I did hone in on a date. Now, you do know, or you might know, I don't know if you know, but I did start a new job a couple weeks ago, so I do have a 120-day probation period, but I looked at my calendar, and Memorial Day weekend, I could probably take off a day before and or a day after, and that would be a 4 to 5 day trip up there.
When Memorial Day?
In May.
In May. Do you think I'm going to wait till May?
You know what? I'm not going to ask you to do anything that you don't want to do, but I think the soonest that reasonably that I would be able to get up there. I mean, I can't jeopardize my job. I think realistically the soonest, because honestly, if I wasn't on a probationary period, I would say President's Day. But that's on Monday, so, you know, when am I going to get off for that anyway?
When's President's Day?
That's in February, but it's on a Monday, so, I mean...
They'll give you a 3-day weekend, right?
But that wouldn't give me 4 days, and I want to take a day off.
No, that would be a lot better. A 3-day weekend would be better than waiting till May.
And plus, well, I already have plans for that weekend. So, I mean, I can't do that weekend.
Just pick a 2-day weekend. It's going to be something sooner than May.
I might be able to, we could say for sure Memorial Day.
That's in May.
We could say, hold on, we could say for sure Memorial Day. We could say, maybe, possibly, I'm not sure, Easter weekend. And that way, I think I could possibly convince them to let me off the Monday or the Friday before Easter weekend.
When's Easter? April?
Easter is April 1st.
Well, that's 2.5 months away.
Yeah, Easter is April 1st. It seems like that's kind of early. But I think that we should meet on Maine's border.
Why on Maine's border?
Because that cuts down my driving a little bit.
Okay, then let's meet on a 2-day weekend.
No, I'm not going to spend a day driving up there and then a day driving back. That is unfair to ask me to do that.
Really?
You're cutting out. You're cutting out.
I said you really want to discuss unfair.
Okay, you're asking me to spend a day driving up there to see you at night and then a day driving back so that I can be at work the next Monday morning. Why would you ask somebody to do that?
You wouldn't be driving the whole day. If I'm going to meet you at the border of Maine.
Okay, you know what? The border of Maine. Let's look at a map of Maine. Let's look at a map of Maine. Do you know what town is on the border of Maine?
It's Bedford. Bedford actually is probably the best place.
Bedford or Biddeford?
Biddeford.
Okay, let's see how far that is from me. From my exact location, Biddeford is all right, from where I am, from my exact location, and this is without traffic, because right now there's not really much traffic, it's 8 hours away from me. How is that not driving all day? Biddeford is 8 hours away from me.
Hell, I drive 12, 13 hours a day.
What?
I drive 12 or 13 hours a day.
I'm not you. I'm not you. I am not you. I'm not you. And you might drive 12 or 13 hours a day for a job. I'm driving 8 hours and 6 states away. 7 states away.
So
8 states if you count New Jersey or New York. What?
So you'd have a lot more comfortable ride than I do.
Okay, it's not about what kind of comfortable ride it is. It's about the fact that it's still 8 hours. You're a guy. I'm a girl who's driving 10 hours through places I've never been before.
Well, it's about time you get out.
Okay, but does getting out mean driving 8 hours to Buttsville, Maine?
To Buckfield.
Whatever.
Biddeford.
Biddeford, whatever. And how many tolls?
In Maine, I think there's only one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. These are actual tolls I'm counting. 13, 14, 15, 16 tolls.
All you do is look at your GPS, and that's for the short way.
Without tolls? Without tolls? Okay, let's see how that works. Route options, avoid tolls. So right now it's 8 hours and 497 miles. So 8 hours and 500 miles. When you take away the tolls, it's 11 hours and 12 minutes and 621 miles when you take out the tolls. With traffic, if I left right now, it would be 12 and a half hours.
If you left right now, so you'll be here at 9:30 tomorrow? Or 10?
I don't know, because... Wait, if I left right now...
You might not want to come tonight. It's supposed to be snowstorm.
Yeah, I'll drive through the night. I'm not saying I'm coming right now. You're asking too much of me.
I was just kidding. It was a joke.
But yeah, but you're asking...
I said you might not want to come tonight. We're supposed to have a snowstorm.
Yeah, that's another thing. I don't want to be in Maine when it's cold.
Well,
Memorial Day. Let's do Memorial Day.
I didn't want to be playing on the internet either.
Okay, you know what? You called me back. Did you call me back to fuss at me, or did you call me back to get things on the right track?
Why do you not understand that I can't go months and months not being face-to-face? It's not something I want to do, and it's not something I can do anyway.
Okay,
my probation of off.
You went 3 months without talking to me. Wait, when did you last talk? It was August, September, October, November, December, January. It's almost February. So you went 5.5 months without talking to me. But you're telling me that 4 months waiting to see me is going to kill you?
I'm telling you, in my mind, we were together for 10 months. In my mind. In your mind, I don't know what it was.
Okay, well, can you? I mean, you know what? I honestly think, and this is going to require some effort on your part. So don't discount it, but think about it. I think that you could probably get her to agree to letting you drive cross state and meet me halfway. You're saying she's not going to agree. You haven't asked her. You have to show if you...
She's already told me out straight that I'm not to go out of state.
When did she tell you that?
Oh, when she wrote up a new thing that I had to sign, I had no choice that I could do about anything.
I don't understand why sex offenders can't leave their state. That doesn't make sense.
It's not the sex offender, it's a probation.
Probation. But why not? Why
She's trying to get to know me. She doesn't know me yet. She had just recently started talking to me like a normal human being because of things that I've done.
You know, you've been in the registered sex offender class for 4 years now.
For almost 5 years now.
Yeah, you've been in it for almost 5 years. I think that they need to loosen the reins. If you're going to rape somebody, you would have done it.
I can't do anything until my lawyer gets on up.
Does she know you have a lawyer?
Yep.
What did she say?
She just shook her head and sighed.
That's telling.
Yeah.
Did she really?
Huh? Is what?
No, I said that's telling. She just shook her head and sighed.
Yep. She's been acting decent to me lately. Probably because of some of the things that I've said.
Do you think the lawyer has anything to do with that?
I think a little bit has a little bit to do with it. I think things that I've said have a lot to do with it.
What kinds of things have you said?
Some things were the way I felt.
You know, and I'm glad that you and your probation officer are opening up to each other. I mean, it's good that, you know, I mean, you should be able to have a good relationship with her.
Can you understand how it's gonna be if I tell her that I'm talking to you again and you're gonna come up in May?
You know what? It's just going to have to be that way. You know, I mean, I'm not going to be, you know, you can't throw me around. The fact of the matter is that I have responsibilities and I have commitments here in Maryland, and that's just the way it is. You did not talk to me for almost 6 months, and now all of a sudden you want to call me and tell me immediately that I have to go see you. I'm telling you.
I didn't figure that October, November, and December is 6 months.
You and I have not talked since August, right? September, October, November.
October.
Okay, October. Let's say we talked in October. November, December, January. That's 3 months. But I don't remember talking to you in October.
Oh, you sent me a happy birthday message.
Oh, okay. That's not, that doesn't count.
It was only a couple of weeks before that we stopped talking.
Okay, that doesn't count because you didn't even respond. So that doesn't count right there.
It was only a couple of weeks before that we stopped talking.
Okay, so then that must have been September. I am not, and I believe that our last conversation was early September. But either way, it doesn't matter.
I'm not holding myself back again.
I'm not asking you to. I'm telling you what I can give.
I don't even know what you look like because I've never had a real picture of you.
I don't even know what you look like. I haven't seen a picture of you in a long time.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, I've changed a lot.
You have? What did you change?
Nothing. It was a joke.
Oh.
There's a difference between you know what I look like and I thought I knew what you look like when it turned out that I didn't.
Well, you told me you can't receive pictures.
I wouldn't do any good to receive a picture on this phone because I can't see it anyway.
All right, so let's stop whining about pictures. Let's talk about things that are relevant.
I think it's kind of relevant.
Well, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do when you can't receive pictures via text?
Send me a picture in the mail of you, not somebody else.
So I have to pay for postage and get a picture printed out because I have very few pictures of myself that aren't digital.
So digital print out. All you gotta do is go to Walmart and you print them all right there.
Oh, okay, so I have to go to Walmart. See, you're having me jump through hoops. And what am I getting in return?
You can do it on your own computer. You can print them out on your own computer. Mom does it all the time. And she's a 77-year-old woman that don't have a clue about the internet or about how to use a computer.
Well, obviously she does if she's printing pictures.
Huh?
So obviously she does if she's printing pictures.
Yeah, but she has to think about it every time she does it. There's no reason to not be honest with me.
I have I am being honest with you. I have given you all of me.
You haven't given me all of you because I haven't seen a picture of you.
I've given you everything I have. I've given you all.
How do you feel you've given me your all?
How do you figure I haven't given you my all?
Well, because you never told me about Corey.
You know about Corey. Corey.
Now I do. Now I know about Corey. For 10 months, Corey was your brother. And I didn't even know his name. The doctor was, God knows who remember who the hell that was.
I'm trying to set a date to meet you, and you're fighting with me. You're going to talk about, I did this and that. What about all the times you got drunk and called me a cunt and a bitch and a piece of shit and a whore?
Well, at least I was drunk, though.
Yeah, at least you were drunk.
I wasn't sober and lying to you.
Okay, you were just drinking and calling someone a bitch and a whore.
Yeah, you know where all that came from?
Where? Let's hear this one.
Feel like I was being played on the internet again. That's where all that anger came from.
Okay, listen.
Then I stopped doing it because you wanted me to believe you, and I did. Then look how it turned out. Turned out that all that time you were lying to me.
Okay, so if I can forgive, you can forgive. Let's move on from this. If you want to meet me, I called you to set up a date and a time.
You're going to have to figure out a time that's sooner than May. I'm not waiting around.
Look, I don't want you, listen, I don't want you to not date people. I know what you told me before. It went to heart what you said before. Do you remember what you said before?
Nope.
You told me that you basically have women beating down your door. Now, that wasn't the words that you said. Those are my words. But you talked about a girl at Walmart, and you talked about a girl at the convenience store who they're in love with you and everything. And I encourage you to date them. Now, I told you, you don't have to wait around for me in that sense. But, yeah, go and date people that, that does not bother me. And then we'll see each other. You know what I mean? Why can't it be that? I
can't spend all that time on the phone again either because I don't have the time to do it.
Neither do I.
Not driving for safety anymore.
Neither do I. I didn't say I would like it if you date, but I accept it. It's what you have to do. You need to be going out. You need to be having one-night stands and meeting people.
It's one-night stands that I'm looking for. I've gotten out of the
one-night stands. One-night stands can turn into something. You know how many people...
They can. That's not what I'm looking for.
What are you doing to put yourself out there for women?
Right now, not a thing, because I'm trying to get my shit straight here.
I told you to join a gym, and you meet some of them there.
I know. Allie told me to do stuff, too. I know. There's a difference between...
Who's Allie telling you to do?
There's a difference between doing stuff and being able to do stuff.
Wait, what is Allie telling you?
I'm not able to do stuff right now.
Do you have the money for gym membership?
Well, I've got the money for it if I want to, but I can't. I don't have time to do it right now.
What are you saving for yourself for?
What am I saving myself for? I'm not saving myself for anything right now. Right now, I'm trying to deal with stuff that I'm dealing with here and at work and with class and therapy and helping Mom and helping out Sharon, helping Roy. I'm just trying to get this stuff straight through the wintertime so that way when I do look, when I am ready, which may be sooner than I think. I don't know.
So here's the thing. You have a full plate right now. You just told me you have a massively full plate. So get it straight, and then by May, everything will be peaceful, and we can have a good time.
I have a full plate, but still, I can still take a weekend off and go see you.
But here's the thing, though. I have a full plate, too. And if you were saying, that you were coming up here to meet me, it would be different, but not a whole lot different because, I still have a lot of things that I have to do.
So what do you want me?
Say again? You're cutting out.
So why did you decide that you want me?
I do want to say this to you that, well, no, hold on. I'll save that part for later. But I said, let's continue talking and learn more about each other.
There's not much more to learn about me that you don't already know.
Well, I mean, there's a lot to everybody, so I wouldn't discount yourself if I were you.
I haven't held anything back.
Well, that's good to know.
Well, I didn't.
I said that's good to know. All right, so let me think. What's your favorite TV show? Let me guess. Is it still Two Broke Girls?
No.
Oh, it changed. Wait, what was the other one you used to watch? Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, that's still my favorite.
Oh, X-Files. Let me think. The Office.
Who?
The Office.
I've never even seen it.
Have you heard of it?
Nope.
You know why? Well, maybe I shouldn't say why. But anyway, what's your favorite show to begin with?
I've actually got two favorite shows. MASH, Little House on the Prairie, Three's Company.
Oh, you know what? I'm thinking the shows from these days, like from...
And Big Bang Theory. That's another one.
You should know my favorite.
Yeah, X-Files.
No?
Something to do with same type of stuff.
Forensic Files.
Yeah, Forensic Files. I knew you filed up. That was supposed to be funny.
Say again?
I said that was supposed to be funny.
What is?
I said I knew you filed it. I know, it wasn't a very good joke. Can't tell a very good joke, so I'm tired.
Are you gonna grow mountain man beard like the guy from Little House on the Prairie?
Huh?
I said, are you gonna grow a mountain man beard like the guy from Little House on the Prairie?
Mr. Edwards?
Whatever his name is.
Mr. Edwards.
Are you gonna do that?
No, not hardly. Well, he's funny though. Victor French. That's what his name is, Victor French. So tell me what you look like. Tell me what you look like.
Very similar. Well, the pictures that I sent you were my cousin, and she and I, like, I wouldn't say we look like twin. We look very, very similar. We truly look like we're sisters. And in fact, people we've gotten stopped before, and with people asking if we're twins. But we've also gotten stopped before. Well, not stopped. Like, people aren't like, stop YouTube, but like people in the store, like when we're ringing up or something, if we're out to dinner or whatever, people will be like, "Are you guys sisters?" I was like, "No, we're cousins."
So if you look that much alike, why didn't you just send a picture of yourself instead of her?
I don't know. I guess I was kind of nervous.
Nervous about what? I certainly didn't get nervous with you. I sent you pictures of me naked in the shower.
I know, and hindsight being 2020, I think you sent your new pictures to the right person, which was me, because I didn't share them.
Well, that's good, because you're the only ones that have gotten those little videos. I've never done that for anyone else.
Not even your mom?
Not hardly.
That was...
She seen me naked in person when I was a kid. When I was little.
Do you think she was like, ooh, or do you think she threw up?
Well, considering she's my mom, I'm quite sure she was pretty proud of me.
You think, like, she was proud of your naked son?
Yeah, huh?
You said, considering she's my mom, I'm quite sure she was proud of me. I said she was proud of her naked son?
Yes. Even when I was naked.
She sounds like a nice lady from what you've said.
She's awesome. She's very awesome.
And I know you've probably put her through the ringer with your 3 a.m. text messages while you were drunk, or was it just me who was treated to that show?
Yeah, you're the only one that got them.
Yeah, I was. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I was like, does he ever throw up or just pass out, or throw up and then pass out and wake up and throw up like I did the one time I got drunk?
Well, I used to throw up. Just about every time I get drunk.
What was your? Oh, you know what? Speaking of which, because I was going to ask you about your record, but how's your friend Tony?
He's good. He's Tony.
What's funny?
He's funny.
What did he do?
Nothing. He's just Tony. He's funny. He was drunk the other night during the Patriots game, but it was his birthday too.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So wait, let me guess. He's 53.
54, I think.
I was close.
I gotta ask him now. I can't remember.
My guess is 53. But, you know, it's...
No, he's either 54 or 55 now.
Because I remember he had gotten, he told me he had set a record, and did he really do 50 beers in one night, though?
No, he did 45 beers plus Shaws plus...
What the heck? Okay.
Drinks and...
But no, but for real, in all seriousness, how does this guy not die of alcohol poisoning? I'm totally serious.
He was used to drinking a lot, but that was the most he'd ever drank. But he also started at midnight on his birthday and went to midnight. Well, actually, he went past midnight the next day, but somewhere in between there, he had a little nap, and it revived him again.
My goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a funny guy. He's a good guy. He got his quirks, but everybody else does too, I guess. He's a good friend to me. I don't drink with him anymore anyway, so. But anyway, what are you wearing?
A red T-shirt and green, I just call them fleece pants with candy canes.
Candy canes?
Mm-hmm.
Christmas is over.
Yeah, I wear these in June. These are so comfy.
Candy canes all over?
Say again?
You have candy canes all over them? They have candy canes all over them?
Yes, at first I didn't know what you were saying. Yes, they do. They have candy canes all over them. I wish they were real candy canes. Candy canes and Starlight Men. I wish they were real, but...
So I could suck on a few of them then, huh?
Oh my gosh, I should have known. I should have guessed. And I should have known. That's funny.
So what are you wearing underneath them?
Oh, just the usual.
The what?
Just the usual.
The usual? Which would be what?
What do you think?
Nothing?
Yeah.
You gonna let me see? Is that a yes?
Yes. Yes, that's a yes.
Okay. I'm surprised you haven't asked me what I'm wearing.
Because I think I already know.
What?
What rhymes with birthday suit?
Huh?
I said, what rhymes with birthday suit? I'm going to guess that's what you have on.
Tuxedo?
The tuxedo. Have you ever worn a tuxedo?
Yeah.
When?
Uh-oh. Actually, no, I haven't. That was a suit.
When?
I've worn suits a few times, weddings, and I don't think I've ever worn a...
Have you been in a wedding before?
Have I been in a wedding?
Mm-hmm.
I've been to a wedding. It seems like trying to think. Seems like I was a ring bearer at a wedding when I was little. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't remember now. Maybe it's just a special wearing a suit at the time. I don't know. Can't remember now. I've worn suits too many times. I don't like wearing suits.
I've been the flower girl at a couple, but I've never been the ring bearer. I'm just kidding. They don't ask girls to do that. But no, I've been the flower girl before.
Have you been deflowered?
Oh my God! How do you think of this stuff?
I just thought of that movie.
What movie?
Just Married. Brittany Murphy and Ashton Kutcher. Before Brittany Murphy died, obviously.
Oh, she hasn't done any movies since she died?
No, I don't know why.
Yeah, that's strange.
Make a pretty good zombie.
What I couldn't believe was like that her husband had died, like literally, right? Like,
oh, I know, like 6 months before.
Or no, 6 months after.
After, yeah.
Like that was random. That was so strange.
Yeah, it was. I couldn't believe that she died. She was young.
Yeah, I think she was only 32, I want to say.
Yeah. I liked her, too. She was funny.
And he died. And then remember, like, how quickly, like, Anna Nicole Smith, her son died, like, right after she did.
Yeah. Yeah, that movie, Just Married, that was a funny movie. Have you ever seen that?
Mm-mm.
I see that. That was a funny movie.
No, I've not seen that one. I saw something with her in it. I just can't think of what it is.
So what does Corey know about me?
I like how you always circle back to that.
Yeah.
I had asked him, I said, well, what do you think, what do you think and what do you think is going on? And you really want me to repeat what he said?
Yep.
Some buff, muscle, I don't know how he said it. Some buff, muscled douchebag wants my girl. That's what he said. Like, and I'm like, and he's like, is all that dude does is lift.
He like what?
Does all, I can't remember how he said, does all or is all that dude does, is the only thing that dude does is lift.
Jesus.
And I was like, he has nice arms, but I mean, that doesn't mean all he does is stay in the gym.
Jesus. What does he know about me?
That seems to be pretty much it, as in terms of like everything. That's how I feel, like almost like that's everything that he knows. But he said that, like, something to allude to that he, like, not that he thought you were, but that, it almost as if it was factual that, like, this guy is physically attractive. And, like, I have to compete with that.
Sorry.
Oh, God.
Yes. I I don't really know how to respond to that one.
And so it was an awkward conversation. So it was very awkward. Yeah, so he was kind of, I don't know, that's how it kind of went.
So your real name is Elizabeth?
Yes.
Your real age is 29.
People, not anymore. People like play around with it. Like I'm called everything from Ellie to Ellie. My closest friends call me Ellie.
You're 30 now.
Stop reminding me. You don't have to tell me that.
And when's your birthday?
We'll get to that. Let's just.
Why are you trying to hide your birthday from me? You see how that doesn't make sense? It's your birthday. What's it gonna hurt?
Because if you go online and you type up Ellie and then my last name, that's
why would I do that? Why on earth would I do that? Why the
hell would you do half the things you do? Why would you kill puppies and kittens and children?
I could go online, type up Ellie, and look for a birthday, and I get 1 million people.
It depends, because it depends on how popular your name is. I mean, my name is pretty popular, but
yeah.
I don't know. It's like you always, like, each person, like, kind of seems to, like, know the exact combination of keywords it takes to find them.
Now, answer me this. I say, and answer this for me. Do you really think I'm that much of a threat that you really have something to worry about?
No. I mean, I've told you before. I don't have a right to protect my safety and just like make sure I don't like being.
You're not telling me your last name. That's how you protect.
I don't
going online to look you up.
I know, but I don't like being pushed to do things before I'm ready. That's one thing you'll learn with me. I don't like being pushed to do things before I'm ready.
After a year,
no.
There's no reason why you shouldn't be ready.
You don't get rights to a year because for some of that time we weren't speaking until you called me the other day.
It was close enough to a year anyway.
But close enough, like the one song says, almost doesn't count. Well, does almost count?
It was 10. It was 10 months. There's no reason on earth for you not to tell me your birthday.
I don't like.
It's the same thing that Allie said before. Why would it hurt you to tell what she said? Why would she not want to tell you her birthday? She said that doesn't make sense. There's nothing that you could find out from her birthday. I said, I know. So that's why it doesn't make sense to me. It makes everything just seem more odd. Would you rather me
make up a birthday?
Huh?
Would you rather me make up a birthday? At least when I tell you my birthday, you'll know it's real. Or would you rather me just make up a birthday?
No. Well, that's another thing that she said. She said she could tell you anything for a birthday. You wouldn't know if that's a real birthday or not.
I know, but I don't want to do that, though. I don't want to lie and make up a birthday. When I tell you my birthday...
Why don't you just tell me this and tell me when your birthday is? It's just a birthday. I didn't say you had to tell me what year you were born or what your social security number is. It's a birthday.
Yes, I know you told me your social security number.
There's probably 1 billion people that have the same birthday as you.
No, not 1 billion people have the same birthday as me. Hold on a second. Drop the phone. Not 1 billion people, because there's only 7 billion people on the planet. So if there were 1 billion people who had my birthday, you would have to believe that there were probably about 1 trillion people on the planet.
All right, well, we'll shoot it down a little bit and say there's probably 50 million people that have the same birthday as you.
Not that many either.
Huh?
Not nearly that many.
On what?
Not 50 million.
Not 50 million? All right, 49 million, 500,000.
No. Maybe, I mean, it depends on when your birthday is, but not 50 million. I would say maybe it's more in the single-digit millions in the world, like not in the country, but in the world. In the single-digit millions, people are going to share your birthday.
In the single millions. So, and
But how many Ellie's are there?
You really think that I'm going to go on the internet, narrow it down, and be up to see you?
Okay, I get it. So I'm not important.
Huh?
I said, okay, I see. I'm not important. Thank you for telling me. I'm glad you were honest.
I don't know where you got that from. I don't know how you get that out of me being able to narrow it down.
You said you weren't going to look, so that told me that I'm not important. So thank you.
I'm not going to look it up because it's not the type of person I am. I don't go on the internet to look everything up. It's kind of something you already know.
I'm glad I know where I stand.
So, think whatever you want. You ain't making me feel guilty about nothing.
I'm not trying to make you feel guilty about anything. Sociopaths don't feel guilt, do they?
Huh?
I said, I'm not trying to make you feel guilty about anything. Sociopaths don't feel guilt, do they?
I still don't understand that last part. You like fading away.
I'm not trying to make you feel guilty about anything. Sociopaths don't feel guilt, do they?
Oh. Are you a sociopath?
No, I'm just implying that you are, because I said sociopath.
Oh. I just figured that was always me.
You can be you and a sociopath.
I'm just me.
There's a lot of sociopaths out there who are like, I'm just me.
I'm still just me.
You know, you can be me and a sociopath. You can be all that.
I'm still just me.
Yeah, that's what they say. I'm just me. I might be a sociopath, but I'm just me.
So why do you want me?
We're getting reunited, and we're going to see what happens.
That don't go around my question. You always do that.
I meant what I said when I told you that I first, like, how I came to knowing that you existed was the registered sex offender profile page. I meant that.
Okay, but you've gotten to know me.
And I thought that there was a lot of potential and truth there from seeing your picture. That's what I got. I'm very, I wouldn't say I'm very, like, visual, but when I see people's pictures, I can kind of, it kind of tells me a story, if that makes sense. And the story that your picture told me from looking at you was that there's a lot more to this guy. It's like there's a truth in his eyes, and I'm curious to know what that is.
You're still curious?
Yes.
After all you know about me, you're still curious.
Very curious.
That's funny how I pique people's curiosity.
I mean, I think that, like, I don't know, there's a mysteriousness about you that has drawn people to you throughout your life. That's just what I feel like has happened. I could be wrong. You can tell me if I am, but that's what I feel. Like, do you think people have been drawn to, like, the air of mystery that you possess?
Oh, yeah.
And, like, that there's kind of, like, a truth in your eyes?
Oh, yeah.
And, like, people, like, there's more to this guy than what I'm seeing.
Hang on a second. I gotta plug the phone in. Yeah, be patient. I'm doing this in the dark.
Okay.
This is a problem. This is a problem I don't usually have. I can't find the hole.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, you there?
Yes.
Okay.
So, like, I think that that's what, you know, throughout your life, people have been drawn to you because they see this guy that has all this potential.
NBC took that potential away.
No, they didn't. Don't give them that. Don't give them credit for that. You could be anything that you want. You could be president. You could be.
I certainly don't want to be president.
You could be a doctor. I mean, I'm just throwing things out there, but you can be, you know, whatever you want to be. You still have potential to do that. And I think that people know that. I think that people sense that, you know, by being around you. You know what I mean? Like, in seeing your picture, I feel like people probably sense that. Would you agree? That's good. No, I mean, I think that that's what, you know, happens. Like, people, they see you and they see this guy with a lot of potential, and like that there's more to you than meets the eye. That, you know what I mean?
You saw my penis and said there's potential there.
Oh my God. Like, I think that throughout your life, people have seen, you know, your eyes, your blue eyes, and they have said, you know, this guy has a deeper meaning than what we're seeing here. I don't know if you agree.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, 'cause I know my eyes do tell a lot.
They do. They tell a story.
Yeah, a lot of truth in that.
They do tell a story, and I think that there's a lot of people who have wanted to hear what that story is.
But a lot of people aren't going to hear it, though.
Do you know what the story is?
I do.
I mean, I'm not going to ask you to tell me, but, like, you know, I was just asking, you know, just seeing if you knew what the story is.
Yep, I do.
How long have you known the story?
Huh?
How long have you known the story?
All my life, I've lived it. I've lived the story, so I know it by heart. I think that's what intrigues people is because I don't.
Like, the people have always felt like there's something different and unique about this person. I feel that that's the way that people view you.
Yeah, I agree with that very much. The problem is I don't want everybody to know what my story is. I don't want everybody to know what's going on in my head.
I mean, people, they might not know the story, but for sure they know that there is a story.
Yeah, there is.
They're not looking at you.
A story.
Yeah, they're not looking at you like, you know, what you see is what you get. There's more.
Yeah, no. It's definitely not what you see is not. It's not what you see is what you get. There's too much of a story there for it to be what you see is what you get.
But I mean, you should hold on to that story and you should cherish that story, and don't reveal it until or unless you're ready to reveal it to whomever.
I don't really reveal it to anybody. A lot of people know my feelings because I've come right out and told them.
About the story or in general?
Well, my feelings towards people, towards humanity.
That I don't think I know. Like, towards people and humanity?
Towards humanity. Sad to see people do what they do. The ignorant things that they do.
Are you speaking of the specific things that have happened to you?
No, not just to me, just to everybody in general.
What in particular?
Nothing in particular, just everything that they do. So the things that make that just gross me out and make me wonder what the fuck is going on in these people's minds. It's stupid. Dumbasses. How could God?
You almost sound like you're speaking of people in particular.
I am. I'm just talking about people in general.
Like, yeah, particular.
They do the dumbest things. They really do the dumbest things, and I think a big thing to me is how people screw other people over. It doesn't make any sense to me why anybody would want to do that.
You're a victim of that kind of stuff too.
Yeah, I know. I've been gullible for years, and I'm trying to get out of being gullible.
I don't think anyone can blame you for what happened with your siblings. You were trying to be decent to them.
Yeah, that sucks.
Have you talked to any of them?
No, I talked to Richard, and I talked to Roy, and to Lori, and to Paul.
You did talk to your sister.
Yeah, not very much, but...
What did you do at Christmas?
I don't see him that often. I see Roy more than anybody. And Richard I grew up with, so... Be close.
What did you do at Christmas?
Christmas?
Mm-hmm.
What did I do at Christmas?
Did you see any of them?
No, not on Christmas Day, no. I saw Mom, and I saw Roy. What did I do at Christmas? I think I went out Mom. I think it went down months for a little while.
What about Thanksgiving?
Actually, Thanksgiving. I think I stayed home on Thanksgiving. It was like it snowed one of those days. It was around Christmas. I think it snowed. So I had a lot to deal with doing, removing the snow.
That's no fun.
And Uncle Rich died right around Thanksgiving, so we were all dealing with a lot of that. So,
how did you handle that?
It was pretty tough for a bit, especially where he gave me so much. It was hard for a bit, but we knew it was coming. He accepted it too, so but made it easier.
Yeah, that he knew that it was going to happen.
Yeah.
And he had made peace with it.
Yeah, he was ready anyway. He was in a lot of pain. He was in a lot of pain in the end. They kept feeding him morphine. Well, they'd work their way up to the morphine. They told him when it comes time for the morphine, it's usually not very long before you'll die when you start taking the morphine.
But he lived a few months after the morphine.
No, maybe a month if that, after they started him on morphine. He was in a lot of pain, so they did everything they could to keep him out of pain. And he'd tell him just as soon as he was in pain that he was in pain. They'd give him more morphine to make sure he didn't feel any pain, so he'd be comfortable. But it's sad, but he was 84 years old. He made it to 84 years old, and that's what he wanted, and that's what everybody else wanted to see. He was make it to his birthday. He made it.
And that's good.
Yeah.
And then he just slept peacefully.
Yep. So what time are you going to get up in the morning?
I have to get up at 9. My alarm's at 4. Mm-hmm.
At 9?
Mm-hmm.
What are you, second shift?
Well, in the trucking world, that is considered that. Yeah, in the trucking world, that's like...
Yeah. I gotta get up. Actually, I set my alarm for 3 tomorrow morning. So I get a load right there waiting at the shop. I got tonight. I was supposed to get off tonight, but the guy left, and the guy that runs the loader left earlier, and so I just left my truck there, and I'll have him take it off in the morning. So this way I can start work at 5.
And it's the same type of job as when you were at the other place?
No, I'm hauling chips and...
That's what you were doing before.
Yeah, but I'm hauling chips and hauling logs and actually that's about it. Hauling chips and hauling logs. I'm running a loader every now and then if I need to move snow out of the way or some crap like that. But it's an alright job. It's alright for now anyway. And even after I get my other job, I still may wind up keeping this, so I'll only be working that 3 days a week, and that'll be at night on the weekend, and well, it'll be actually Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. And I figure, well, I could keep working this job, and work Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Still have 2 days off during the week. But I don't know if I'm going to do that yet or not.
And are you making what you were making at the other place?
No. So sometimes I make less, sometimes I make more. The only reason I make that there's sometimes that I make less is because of the class therapy. It takes a lot out. Irritating.
You know Nestle and Ocean Spray are merging, right?
Nope, didn't know that.
So they could be calling you when they do their merge to start working for them.
They could. And I know she said that they didn't call me in yet because where the busy season slowed down, so it's a slow time of year, so she wanted to wait until busy season started up. So we call her again in March. 1st of March.
Okay, so that's good.
Yeah, that's good. Plus, Nestle sent me a hat for Christmas.
That's really awesome.
Yeah, I know. That was a good sign when I got that. I was like, well, that must be on the list still. That's good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it's a matter of waiting for March.
Because you know they didn't send hats to everyone.
No. Nobody else that I knew got a hat.
See, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, anxious for it because I know I like the job a lot better, and plus I get paid more, and plus the benefits are better, and all around different. Really looking forward to the benefits because I want to go to the dentist. My teeth,
Yeah.
that's the way they were.
I remember you said you had some work you wanted to have done.
Yeah. Anxious for that. But
So yeah, so like when did they like? That's so cool that they set the hat and that you might get the position. Not based off of the hat, but just based off of the fact you've done what you're supposed to do as far as being persistent.
yeah. That's why she remembered me when I called her. She remembered who I was. She said, "Yeah, the only reason I didn't call you is because we're at the slow time of year." So she figured she would wait for the busy time of the season to start up again. Busy time of year to start up again. Well, she called me in, and she told me to call her back March 1st, or the 1st of March. So, which I took as March 1st. I will be giving her a call.
In 2 weeks, pretty much exactly 2 weeks.
Huh?
I said in 2 weeks, pretty much exactly 2 weeks.
2 weeks? No, that's February 1st.
Oh, wait, no, March 1st. Okay, a month and 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Where am I? Okay. Oh, well, shoot, you got time that's perfect.
Where are you? You were at home, and you came PJs with nothing on underneath. Wishing I was there, naked.
Wow. So, like...
Am I telling the truth?
Men never tell the truth.
Did I tell the truth?
Are you a man?
I am a man.
Probably no.
So I'm asking you, did I tell the truth?
Men, that's not something men do, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, they just don't. I don't know. Maybe they don't have the fortitude to do that. No, but okay. So
I tell the truth. Don't go around my question. Did I tell the truth?
Yeah.
That you're at home in your PJs with nothing on underneath, wishing I was there, naked.
Yes.
I told the truth.
Anywho, so
that's good to know. Anyhow, so what?
Crap, I forgot what I was going to ask you. Okay, so you've got, just over a month. That's not bad. I mean, you'll be able to work your job that you have now until then and kind of mentally prepare for possibly working at Nestle/Ocean Spray.
Yep. I'm very anxious to start that. It's going to make a world of difference. So what did you do with those videos?
Nothing. I didn't do anything with them.
You still have them?
Mm-hmm.
How often do you look at them?
I can't because that phone is still, I need to get that phone fixed.
Oh, so when you get the phone fixed, somebody else is going to be able to look at them.
No, I have them locked. I have them locked. Don't even worry about them.
Okay.
Trust me, my phone is good. Nobody's going to find them.
Good. That's very good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was not meant for anybody else's eyes but yours.
And those are the only eyes that'll see them.
Huh?
Those are the only eyes that will see them. And
do they enjoy those eyes enjoy seeing them?
I'll see them again after I get the phone fixed. I'll look at them.
So those eyes must enjoy seeing them?
Mm-hmm.
And that's more good news. My eyes would enjoy seeing you too, but you can't send me that. I can't have that on my phone. That sucks. However, if you were to send me in the mail, I could hide those. I'm not telling you you have to. I said, however, if you were to send me, make a picture of you in the mail, I could hide that. I'm not telling you you have to, but, if you feel like doing that, I certainly wouldn't say no.
And then your probation officer finds it.
My probation officer wouldn't find it where I put it. Yeah.
Did she search your house?
She don't really search it. She looks around, and that's it. She doesn't search. She doesn't search for anything.
Well, that's good at least.
There's nothing here that I'm worried about anyway. I have nothing to worry about. I probably ought to get off here so I can go to bed.
Alrighty. So, we can reconnect tomorrow, possibly.
Yeah, at some point. I don't know when. I can't. I mean, I can. Well, I don't want to talk during the day with this phone because the battery doesn't last long, and I need as much battery power as I can for work. But I'll be getting a different phone probably next week or the week after.
Sounds good.
Probably next week, because this battery is not in good condition. But, so it'll have to be after I get home sometime. After I get done taking care of everything, make the dogs and get the wood stove going and all that crap. Right now I have the oil furnace and the wood stove. Got propane fireplace too, but I don't use it. It stinks. Not vented, so it's not good to breathe it in.
Well, I know you're going to be playing with yourself and everything, and I know it's important for you to get to that activity, so I'm not going to hold you up.
You what?
I said I know you're going to be playing with yourself tonight, and I know it's important for you to get to that activity, so I'm not going to hold you up.
Can you just say, I want to play with myself tonight?
Yeah, I know what's going to happen.
What's going to happen?
That's what you're going to do.
No, I'm going to go to bed is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
What? Is that what you're picturing, me getting off the phone and playing with myself?
I think that's most likely what's going to happen. I'm not judging.
No, I'm going straight to bed. I'm not going to play with myself tonight. If you were here, would you play with me?
Sure.
Sure?
Yeah.
Sound like, oh, okay. I was going to say, sound like you're uncertain. You sure you want to play with me?
Sure, yes.
You want to play with?
Do what? Hello? Pizza.
Huh?
Pizza.
You think about pizza while you're playing with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty then. It must be a sausage pizza.
Oh, gosh. Anywho.
All right.
Alrighty, so I'll catch you later, okay?
All right. You have a good night.
You too.
Make sure you think.
Say again?
I said, make sure you think hard about me when you're playing with yourself.
All right. I'll talk to you later, sausage pizza.
Good night.
All right, bye.